Hello, friends, and welcome to a relaunch episode of the Coach Training Partners podcast. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and this podcast is part of the Capitalize Your Best network. We now have 4 podcasts. Well, on Mondays, we have the This Is Going to Hurt podcast, which is promoting and helping you make a better you. On Wednesday, we have the Capitalize Your Best podcast, which is about marketing and business growth. And on Fridays, we have the You're Entitled to Your Opinion podcast, which is genre, movies, books, that kind of thing. But we are relaunching here the Coach Training Partners podcast each and every Tuesday. What I'd like to do is I'd like to tell you the origin of this podcast and really where we're going to go. This was a short-lived podcast way back in 2021 when it was originally called Church Training Partners. The focus at that point in time was to offer training to churches and to pastors, everything from organization to growth to creating bivocational work and that kind of thing. And we're still going to do that. But since then, we've been working with so many coaches. We've been working with people who have books, materials, and ideas, and they want to turn those things into training programs. And so what's happened is we're still going to help churches, we're still going to help pastors, but we want to focus here on training coaches and helping you launch that coaching program that you've always wanted to launch. So we're going to come to you every single Tuesday and help you do just that. What I'd like to do is share with you a little bit of my coaching journey, and then I'll share with you how we're going to help. But again, please like and subscribe. You can count on us every single Tuesday. And please check out all the other podcasts in our Capitalize Your Best network. So, friends, I started out as a school teacher. That's where I got my initial training. And I was a school teacher for 4 years in an alternative school. To get to me, you had to be expelled from high school. And so we were sort of a halfway between high school and juvenile prison. And the school system started our school to help with the dropout rate. And it was phenomenal. It gave me the absolute best experience on learning how to communicate and learning how to teach. Well, after that, I went into sales and to management for a little while, but I decided to go back to seminary to become a pastor. And so at that point in time, I started my first business to help get through seminary, and I got formal training on those things. Well, I spent 20 years in the ministry, and that means I was teaching constantly every single Sunday, Bible studies. I was doing a lot of writing, and that always continued throughout that 20-year period. Well, my business that I started in '03 turned into lots of things. It turned into marketing. I started writing materials. I started publishing books, and then I wanted to create a coaching program. Well, I created my first official coaching program somewhere around, I guess you could say, 2011. And that's when I wrote a book on eye care called Practice Progress to help eye doctors to make more revenue and to run a more efficient practice. I eventually wrote 7 books in that series. And then I took those 7 books and I turned them into a coaching program called Pro Site Success. And that was just a downloadable PDF. And then what would happen is eventually I would get consulting contracts. So the first coaching course was really just a static downloadable PDF, 300 and some words, and I was helping practices grow. Well, this grew and grew, and I created other coaching programs. I created a coaching program to help pastors write a more efficient sermons called Simple Sermon Solution, and it adapted and adapted. Well, in 2020, I retired from preaching ministry and I went full time with my marketing and consulting company called Capitalize Marketing and Consulting. It's still what I do today. And I also at that time launched Church Training Partners, which was coaching and training for pastors and churches, which I just mentioned. Well, now we're giving that a refocus, and that refocus is Coach Training Partners. I want to help people create coaching programs. I want to coach coaches. I want to train coaching. We even have a certification program. We'll talk about that later. But I want to tell you how we created the program that we use now. My primary coaching program is called Capitalize Your Best. We help you capitalize on what you do best. You grow your revenue. And it is a 4-module, 23 video course that can be done over 6 or 12 months. And I walk my clients through it. And as they finish one module, then we meet one-on-one. And then we offer various things of support, which I'll go into in a little bit. But I want to tell you how that was created. When I wanted to create Capitalize Your Best, my initial thought was, I've got to write a book, publish that book, and then I've got to create a coaching program from the book itself. And that was really slowing me up. And then I realized that I was getting it backwards, that I could create the course first and then write a book from it later on if I wanted. And so back in, I think it was probably 2022, I invested $8,000 into a coaching program, which doesn't exist anymore. And they were going to teach me how to create a coaching program. I was a coach. I was a pastor. I was a teacher, but creating a program in this way, different from what I had done before, I needed help with. So I invested $8,000 and I told him, I was like, guys, I've got to make this money back. And I can tell you now that I made $19,000 in the first 21 days because I jumped into that program and they helped me formulate the Capitalize Your Best program, which has since then been added onto and expanded. We have several versions of it, but that time was fire for me. I was walking through their curriculum. I was walking through their course. I was learning, and it taught me a lot about how to do it. And so we use a video university system, which means I've got videos and you watch the videos and there's homework with each one. And then after 6 or 7 videos, I sit down with you on a one-on-one. And when that's grown, we move into the next, and then we work our way through all 23 videos. It's been wonderful. I've had so many coaches go through this course so far. We've had folks create programs for parents of autistic children. We've had people create homeschool curriculums. We've had folks create leadership programs. We've had other coaches to us and help them refine their program. And then it also teaches you how to market it, not just to create a program, but market it. And so right now, Capitalize Your Best is our primary program to do that. And what I want you to believe is that it's possible for you to create a coaching program that will make an impact but also give you a monetary return. You see, when we write books, which I'm still passionate about, I published a book just a month ago. Our revenue from that, if you go through Amazon, is going to be anywhere between 33 cents to maybe $6 or $7. And that's wonderful. But the time and effort that we invest to get that return is often so great that it's not possible to get a return of our investment. If you spend $1,000 publishing a book, more than likely you're not going to make more than $1,000 through Amazon. The average author sells less than 100 copies, and 400 copies is considered top 3%. However, when you create a coaching program and you price it at $1,000 or more, then you're able to get your revenue back by selling just 1 or 2. And when you create a program that solves the problem for a target audience, when you do that and you're able to get that in front of them and people are convinced that you can deliver, then you can actually make revenue, create a side business, or some have even created full-time income. And so for us, the majority of our revenue for Capitalize comes through our coaching program. Some folks use it differently. Not everyone uses it to create a coaching program. Some use it for marketing help. But we have so many folks right now going through it to create coaching programs. I just met with one of our clients. Her name is Sharon, and she just launched a proposal that was 6 figures, and she's made it to the second round. She wouldn't have had that without the coaching program. So proud of her. And so, guys, what I want you to believe is that it's possible for you to be a coach. It's possible for you to create a coaching program. And more importantly, it's possible for you to make an impact, and it's possible for you to make a revenue. And that's what we're going to do. So every week here on the show, we are going to come and I'm going to give you practical coaching tips on how you can do all those things. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to create your own program. And if you're interested, I really love for you to reach out to us. I know we can help you. So first of all, if you want to reach out to me, just go to capitalizeyourbest.com. That is capitalizeyourbest.com. That's going to be in the show notes. And join our Facebook group, Coach Training Partners. That's Coach Training Partners. We also have a Facebook group and a bunch of other things out there. So just look for Coach Training Partners. We have a LinkedIn group. We're going to take care of you. But every Tuesday, I'm going to bring you practical advice for you to be a better coach, for how you can serve your clients, how you can create products. And I'm going to be here along the way to help you. We're going to offer you exclusive savings on our program, and we're going to help you succeed in areas that maybe you didn't think was possible, or you've always thought about doing it. You just didn't know what the next steps are. So, friends, thanks for tuning in. Like and share and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, for the Capitalize Your Best program, which is marketing and business advice. And we are here to serve you. Check out all the things in the show notes. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Thanks for returning, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.